Most men over 60 have been told the same quiet lie, that losing erections, waking up exhausted, and feeling disconnected from their own body is just part of aging. But I'm going to tell you something that may unsettle you. What you're losing is not your masculinity. It's your blood flow. And if this continues, it doesn't just affect your performance, it slowly erodes your confidence, your intimacy, and the part of you that still wants to feel alive. I'm Dr. James, a urologist with over 30 years of experience treating men who thought it was too late to regain control. I've seen men in their 60s and 70s come back from the edge of that quiet decline. Not with extreme treatments, but by correcting simple, overlooked habits that restore circulation, balance hormones, and support the prostate. One small nightly ritual, something as simple as what you mix into olive oil before bed, can begin to change what happens in your body by morning. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly what's happening inside your body and how to reverse it step by step. And it starts with understanding why olive oil is not just food, but the foundation of your recovery. 1. Olive oil, the forgotten foundation of blood flow. Let me start with something most men overlook. Not a drug, not a procedure, but something sitting quietly in your kitchen right now, extra virgin olive oil. And no, this isn't about cooking. This is about blood flow. The very thing that determines whether your body responds or doesn't. As you age, the inner lining of your blood vessels begins to weaken. It becomes less flexible, less responsive, and one of the first things to suffer is nitric oxide. That's the signal your body uses to relax blood vessels and allow strong, healthy circulation. Without enough of it, blood simply doesn't move the way it used to. That's when you start noticing the signs, erections that don't feel as firm, difficulty maintaining them, waking up more often at night to urinate. A quiet drop in desire, and a kind of fatigue that doesn't go away with sleep. I remember a patient named Harold. He was 69. He sat across from me and said, "Doctor, I don't feel like myself anymore." He wasn't talking about pain, he was talking about that slow, silent loss, the hesitation in his body, the distance it created between him and his wife. What Harold didn't realize was that his body wasn't failing. His blood vessels were simply no longer being supported. Here's the truth I want you to hear. This is not just aging, this is biology responding to what you give it. Or what you don't. Olive oil is rich in natural compounds that protect your blood vessels, reduce inflammation, and help your body produce more nitric oxide. But here's the part most people miss. When you take it matters. At night, your body enters its deepest repair phase. Your blood vessels are actually rebuilding while you sleep. If you give your body the right support during that window, you amplify that repair. So here's something simple I want you to try. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. No complexity, just consistency. Give your body that signal every night. Because once your circulation begins to improve, everything else starts to follow. And in the next part, I'm going to show you what to add into that olive oil. Something that can dramatically increase nitric oxide and bring that response back faster than you might expect. 2. Raw cacao. The missing signal for stronger blood flow. Now here's where most men get surprised. Because even if you improve your diet, even if you try to be healthier, there's still one critical signal your body may be missing. And that signal is nitric oxide. Without it, your blood vessels simply don't open the way they should. And when that happens, everything feels weaker, slower, less responsive. Nitric oxide is what tells your blood vessels to relax and expand. It's what allows blood to actually reach the areas that need it most. When levels drop, you might still get an erection, but it's softer, less stable. It fades too quickly. Many men describe it as, it starts, but doesn't stay. That's not just frustration. That's your body struggling to maintain proper blood flow. I remember a patient named Richard. He was 71, very healthy on the outside, walked every day, ate well. But he told me something that stuck with me. He said, "Doctor, I'm there mentally, I want it, but my body doesn't follow." That disconnect. It was breaking his confidence. He started avoiding intimacy altogether. Not because he didn't care, but because he was afraid of that moment of failure. What Richard was missing wasn't effort, it was support at the vascular level. This is where raw cacao becomes powerful. It contains natural compounds that help your body produce more nitric oxide, and more importantly, help it last longer. So instead of a weak, short-lived response, you get stronger, more sustained blood flow. And here's the key most people never hear. Cacao works even better when combined with a healthy fat. That's why adding it into olive oil at night creates a much stronger effect. Your body absorbs it better, uses it better, and delivers it right when your system is repairing during sleep. So here's what I tell my patients. Start simple. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons of raw cacao into your olive oil at night. Mix it well. Take it consistently. Because once nitric oxide starts improving, things begin to change in a way you can feel. And in the next part, I'm going to show you something even more important. How hidden inflammation may be silently blocking your progress and what you can do about it starting tonight. If you've made it this far, I want to hear from you. Don't just watch silently. Drop a 1 in the comments if you're still here with me, or a 0 if you almost clicked away. Let me know you're present, because that small action says a lot about where you are on your journey. 3. Turmeric and black pepper, the silent inflammation blocking your progress. Let me tell you something most men never hear. You can improve blood flow, you can boost nitric oxide, but if inflammation is still there, quietly damaging your system, you will keep hitting the same wall. And that's exactly what happens to so many men over 60. They try, but nothing fully comes back. Inflammation is like a slow fire inside your blood vessels and prostate. You don't see it, you don't feel it directly. But over time, it stiffens your vessels, reduces nitric oxide, and puts constant pressure on your prostate. That's when symptoms start showing up. You wake up 2-3 times a night to urinate. Your erections feel weaker, harder to maintain. Your desire drops, and you feel this constant low-level fatigue that you can't explain. I had a patient named Thomas. He was 66. He told me, "Doctor, I feel irritated all the time, not emotionally, but physically, like something is off inside." He was waking up multiple times a night. His sleep was broken, his energy was gone, and his relationship with his wife slowly became distant, not because of love, but because his body wasn't cooperating anymore. What Thomas didn't know was that inflammation was quietly interfering with everything. Here's the good news. This is not permanent. This is not just age. This is something you can calm down if you give your body the right support. Turmeric is one of the most powerful natural ways to reduce inflammation. It helps your blood vessels relax. It supports your prostate, and it allows nitric oxide to actually do its job again. But there's one mistake almost everyone makes. They take turmeric alone. Your body barely absorbs it that way. That's why adding a pinch of black pepper changes everything. It helps your body absorb turmeric properly. And when you combine both with olive oil, the effect becomes even stronger, especially overnight. So here's what I want you to do. Add 1 teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of black pepper into your nightly olive oil mixture. Keep it simple. Stay consistent. Because once inflammation starts to calm down, your body can finally respond again. And in the next part, I'm going to show you something most men completely overlook. A hidden hormone problem at night that may be silently shutting down your recovery without you even realizing it. 4. Ashwagandha, the hidden nighttime hormone problem. There's one problem I see over and over again, and most men have no idea it's happening. You go to bed, you sleep for 7, even 8 hours, but you wake up feeling drained. No energy, no desire, no response, and you start to wonder, what's going wrong? Here's what's happening. At night, your body is supposed to shift into recovery mode. Testosterone rises, blood vessels relax, your system repairs itself. But when stress hormones, especially cortisol, stay elevated, that entire process gets disrupted. Instead of recovering, your body stays in a low-level state of tension. Blood vessels don't fully open. Testosterone doesn't rise the way it should. And over time, That shows up as weaker erections, lower libido, more fatigue, and even more frequent nighttime urination. I had a patient named Edward. He was 73. He told me, "Doctor, I sleep, but I don't feel rested. And I've lost interest in everything, including my wife." That hit him hard, not just physically, but emotionally. He felt like he was fading. What we discovered was simple. His cortisol levels were staying too high at night. His body never fully entered that deep repair state. And this is something many men miss. It's not just about blood flow. It's about the environment your body is in while it's trying to heal. This is where ashwagandha becomes powerful. It helps lower cortisol. It supports deeper sleep. And when your body finally relaxes, testosterone can rise again. Blood flow improves. Your system starts working with you, not against you. And no, this is not permanent. This is not just age. This is a pattern your body has fallen into, and patterns can be changed. So here's what I recommend. Add a small amount of ashwagandha, about 1/4 teaspoon, into your nightly olive oil mixture. Take it consistently. Give your body that signal to slow down, to recover. Because once your hormones start stabilizing at night, everything else begins to follow. And in the next part, I'm going to show you something most men never consider: how hidden damage in your blood vessels may still be blocking your progress, even if you're doing everything else right. 5. Pomegranate seed oil, the hidden damage inside your blood vessels. Now here's something most men never think about. Even if you improve blood flow, even if you support hormones, what if the blood vessels themselves are already damaged? Because if the pipes are not healthy, it doesn't matter how strong the signal is, the response will always be weak. Over time, your blood vessels are exposed to something called oxidative stress. Think of it like rust forming inside your system. It damages the lining of your vessels, makes them stiff, and reduces their ability to respond to nitric oxide. And when that happens, blood can't flow properly. That's when you notice erections becoming less reliable, harder to maintain, or not as firm as they used to be. At the same time, poor circulation can affect your prostate, leading to more frequent urination, especially at night, and that constant feeling of incomplete emptying. I remember a patient named George. He was 68. He told me, "Doctor, I've tried everything. Better diet, supplements, but nothing fully works." What he didn't realize was that his blood vessels had already taken years of damage. His system wasn't responding, not because it couldn't, but because it needed protection at a deeper level. And this is where pomegranate seed oil becomes incredibly important. It contains unique compounds that help protect your blood vessels from further damage. It supports the health of the vessel walls, helps reduce that internal rust, and allows your circulation system to respond again the way it's supposed to. And here's the key. This isn't about reversing everything overnight. It's about giving your body the protection it needs, consistently, so it can begin to repair itself. This is not just aging, this is accumulated damage. And damage can be slowed, even improved, when you support your body the right way. So here's what I recommend. Add about 1/2 teaspoon of pomegranate seed oil into your nightly olive oil mixture. Keep it simple. Stay consistent. Because once your blood vessels start becoming more responsive again, everything else you're doing begins to work better. And in the next part, I'm going to show you the biggest mistake I see men make. The one thing that quietly sabotages all of this progress without them even realizing it. 6. The biggest mistake: relying only on pills instead of repairing the system. Let me be very direct with you, because this is where most men go wrong. They wait until things stop working. And then they reach for a pill. And for a moment, it feels like the problem is solved, but it's not. It's being covered up. Here's the issue. Those pills don't fix your blood vessels. They don't restore nitric oxide naturally. They don't calm inflammation, and they don't support your prostate or your hormones. What they do is force a temporary response, and over time, your body becomes more dependent, while the root problem continues to get worse underneath. That's when men start noticing something frustrating. The same pill that worked before doesn't work the same way anymore. The response becomes weaker, less reliable, and that confidence they were holding on to starts slipping again. I remember a patient named Alan. He was 65. He told me, "Doctor, at first it worked perfectly. I felt normal again, but now it's unpredictable." What he didn't realize was that his body had never actually healed. His circulation was still weak. His blood vessels were still inflamed. The pill was just masking it. And this is where it becomes dangerous, not physically, but emotionally, because every time it fails, it reinforces that fear, that doubt, that feeling of losing control. Now listen carefully. This is not about avoiding medication completely. It's about understanding its role. Medication can support, but it should never replace repair. Your body is still capable of improving. Your blood vessels can become more responsive. Your nitric oxide levels can recover. Your prostate can be supported, but only if you address the root. So here's the shift I want you to make. Don't rely only on quick fixes. Start rebuilding your system daily. Support your circulation, reduce inflammation, balance your hormones. Use tools that help your body heal, not just react. Because when you fix the foundation, you don't have to depend on temporary solutions anymore. And in the next part, I'm going to bring everything together for you. A simple nightly routine and one small daily habit that can quietly restore your circulation and performance over time. 7. The nightly routine. Rebuilding your circulation while you sleep. Now let's bring everything together, because this is where real change begins. Not in a clinic, not in a prescription, but in a simple routine your body can follow every single night. And the truth is, most men don't have a routine at all. They go to bed with stress still in their system, inflammation still active, blood flow still restricted, and then they wonder why nothing improves. Your body does its deepest repair work while you sleep. This is when blood vessels regenerate, when testosterone is produced, when your system resets. But if you don't give it the right support before bed, that opportunity is lost, night after night. I remember a patient named Walter. He was 74. He told me, "Doctor, I feel like every day I'm getting a little worse. Low energy, weak erections, constant trips to the bathroom at night." He thought it was just time catching up with him, but the real issue was that his body had no structure, no signal to repair. We gave him something simple, a nightly ritual. 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, mixed with raw cacao, turmeric, and black pepper. A small amount of ashwagandha and pomegranate seed oil. Nothing complicated, just consistency. Every night, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Within weeks, his sleep improved. His nighttime urination decreased. And one morning, he told me something quietly, almost surprised. "It's coming back." That's how this works, not overnight, but steadily. Because when you combine these ingredients, you're supporting blood flow, reducing inflammation, balancing hormones, and protecting your vessels, all at the exact time your body needs it most. And I want you to add one more thing, just a simple 10 to 15-minute walk after dinner. Nothing intense. Just movement. It helps your circulation, it stabilizes your blood sugar, and it prepares your body for that overnight repair. This is not about doing something extreme, it's about doing something consistent. And no, this is not just aging, this is a system waiting for the right signals. Give your body that routine, stay with it. Because in the final part, I want to talk to you about something deeper. What it really means to reclaim your strength, your confidence, and the part of you that you thought was fading away. 8. Reclaiming what you thought was lost. What you've seen today is not just about erections, circulation, or even the prostate. It's about understanding how fragile the male body becomes with time, and how powerful it still is when supported the right way. After 60, small imbalances don't stay small. Blood flow slows, hormones shift, the prostate becomes more sensitive. And if ignored, these changes quietly compound over the next 1 to 5 years, turning mild symptoms into deeper loss of energy, confidence, and identity. But here's the truth. Decline is not just about age, it's about direction. When you understand your body, when you adjust your habits, when you act early instead of waiting, you change that direction. You protect what matters. You preserve function. You stay connected to yourself and the people you love. This is not about fighting aging, it's about aging with control.